take two on the team building episode. Did not have my audio recording, so I'm going to be doing this all over again. Anyway, guys, what's going on? Today we got another team building episode, and this time the mega we're going to be building around is going to be my main man, M-Sciz here. And M-Sciz is a really great mod in this generation. I think it's very good. The bulky set especially, it's a great switch in on mods. It's an AD setup, and it's a great late game sweeper. So I've always been wanting to build around this team. I haven't really got to it, so now I decided to just build it since I'm not really playing mods much. So I decided, hey, might as well at least team build while I'm here. So M-Sciz is going to be the mod we're building around, and like I said, I'm going to be building the bulky set. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go 248 attack, 200 spadef. I said 248 HP, 200 spadef, 44 attack, I think, and then 16 for defense. That's the set we're going to be running, and we're going to be impish. And it allows us to take so much hits. And of course, since it's going to be our late game sweeper, it has to have a setup move, and that's going to be sword stance. You're going to need recovery, and that's going to be where Roost comes in. And bullet punch, of course, nice priority. And typically you want to run like knockoff or U-turn, but I typically want to use I like bug bite. Really, bug bite to me, I think it's a lot better. And you want to have light metal here. Light metal is a better ability to have before you evolve, in case you get traced by anything or something like that. A mon has traceability, something like that. Just in case that happens. It's kind of rare, but it's one of those things that slips your mind when it happens. So yeah, this set here is definitely, just think about M-Sciz, where the set gets walled by fire types and electric types that are faster than it, of course, which, since we're not running any speed, even Rotoms outspeed us, so that's a big thing we're going to be looking out for. So things like Mega Man Netric, Raikou even, Zapdos, those mods, Rotom Wash, like I just said, Rotom Wash, they give Sizzler a problem. Rotom Wash can burn it. Zapdos, Heat Wave, Main Netric, Intimidate, Flamethrower, all that good stuff. And then we have Thundurus. I think Thundurus does a good amount of work to Sizzler here. And then we have things such as like Talonflame that give this a problem. Volcarona, I swear I X'd that out. Volcarona gives this thing problems. The Zards, so it's something to keep in mind there. So I was thinking a good partner with Sizzler here. I'm thinking of also making a balanced team. I've been running hyper offense a lot often, more recently, and I want to break from hyper offense, so I decided to build a more balanced team. But with the introduction with Hoopa, it's been kind of hard to run a balanced team, so I also got to keep that in mind while building this team. So a great mon that checks most electric types, if not most, all of them that are in this tier. It's gonna be not main electric. Let's go to OU. It's gonna be my main man, Hippowdon. Where are you? Oh, there it is. There we go. So Hippowdon's a great mod. Like, it just checks all those mods I just listed before that are electric types. This is great to deal with sand, especially if there's sand setters like a Tyranitar. This is great to come in on extra drills and all that good stuff. And we're going to be running the standard set, 252 HP, 144 defense, 112 spadef. We're going to be, I think, impish. I forgot the thing's called. And so yeah, this is going to help us out with mid-name tricks. It also helps us get rocks up. We get rocks up, and we don't have to worry about, and this can also help whittle down. So I was thinking, when I was going to use this set, I want to have something that can help whittle down electric types, or if they don't stay in, I can also whittle down other types mons that like to come in on me. So that kind of shaped what kind of moveset I was going to use on this thing. So of course you need Earthquake, and instead of using Stone Edge, I decided to use Toxic instead, as it's very helpful to hit like opposing Rotom Washes. Rotom Washes can come in on this thing. If I can get it Toxic and then knocked off or anything like that, because not really knocked off because I'm not running knockoff, I'm just kidding. But getting Toxic off on mons is pretty useful, especially some of the things that want to come in on Scizor. Kind of lost my train of thought there. I can just exit that out. But anyways, like I was saying, Toxic will be great to hit like Landos, opposing Hippos, and all that stuff. So here, the next move is going to be Stealth Rocks. We definitely need rocks up to pressure the other team. And the last move is of course going to be Slack Off. We need Recovery. So yeah, that's what we're going to need. So far, we need like a Water Resist. I need something that can come in on it pretty comfortably. And something that came to my mind was Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash is very great. It's a pretty great mon in this tier. I rarely use Rotom Wash though. I mainly use Heatran all the time as my bird check, because Rotom Wash is also a great bird check, and it can also come in on Tornadus, which is helpful. So we're gonna reuse leftovers. We're gonna go 248 HP, 252 defense. That's not defense thingy. And then we're gonna run 8 speed. So yeah, Rotom definitely outspeeds Scizor. So you definitely want to set up, like, of course, with any sweeper, you want to get rid of his checks and counters before you start sweeping up. So make sure you get rid of Rotom, and don't make the mistake of thinking you're faster than Rotom, because you are not faster. You're definitely not faster. You will get burned and will ruin your sweep. So get rid of Rotom, get rid of Heatrans, the electric types, the fire types, get rid of all that before you want to set up. So we're gonna go plus defense, minus attack, 0 IVs. We're gonna go with the very standard set. This might be a very standard team, nothing really crazy, nothing unique, but it's very effective nonetheless. Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and then the last move of course is going to be Pain Split to just to get recovery back. And Will-O-Wisp can cripple other physical attackers if they're not smart enough to switch out their opposing Scizors. We can just do that there and burn them here. So I wanted another solid rain check. I wanted a solid water type check-in, because Keldeo is also it's a huge issue for this team, because Rotom can cushion on it, but it burns, it can rack up over time. It racks up damage. So right now Keldeo's looking pretty threatening, so I decided to go with Latias here. You can take hits from Keldeo. It's also another water resist. That's pretty awesome. And we're just gonna go with the Life Orb set. Max speed, max attack. We're gonna go minus attack here. And then the rest gonna be in Spadef. And running with this set here, Scizors, I don't want to deal with like Scizor Wars. And then Scizor can definitely set up on this Apadon. They're not going to want to stay in on Rotom, so I'm going to be using kind of a lure like most people would use. Not really, yeah, I guess it is a lure. So I'm going to be using Draco Meteor, Psyshock, that's Psychic, Psyshock. I'm going to be using, where's it at? Psyshock, and then of course this last move is going to be Hidden Power Fire. And this hits Scizor, opposing Scizors pretty hard, and also hits Ferrothorns. So this could be a nice lure way for me to get rid of opposing Scizors, so that I don't have to worry about boosting up alongside all that stuff, or I have to worry about it boosting up before me, because typically they won't really want to. I doubt people would want to set up on you with your Scizor in. And they would want to set up on this, but I could just go directly into Rotom, of course. And Rotom could always scare it out, but it could always be that offensive set too, so it's something to keep in mind. But you could definitely take a hit, I think, at +2. Maybe. I haven't written a calc. But yeah, this set's here pretty much here to lure in the Scizors. Hopefully, if they don't have Heatran and Scizor, or Heatran and Ferrothorns, you can hit them on a switch. And then the last one is going to be Defog. So something I didn't mention earlier in the video, which is that with running balance, you always are very weak to Hoopa. So this next mon, I wanted something that could come in on Hoopa comfortably. what came to mind to me was Klefki. Klefki, just from its typing, makes it an amazing mon to come in on what's it called? On Hoopa. Sorry, I was blinking out. And so with this set, we're just gonna go max HP, max Spadef, minus attack, and then 4 in defense. So keeping in mind this, I actually ran calcs. You can run max. I actually do suggest you run max defense Hoopa, which I'm just gonna put it here. Actually, you can run Spadef, but I think for the sake of this team, max defense Hoopa is a bit better. I know you're thinking you're crazy or some shit like that, but some stuff like that. But the whole purpose of Klefki being on this team is to just be able to come in on Hoopa comfortably, so I don't have to sack mons trying to switch in on it. And I did the calcs. If it's life orb Hoopa, you take I think it's like a 4-hit KO before it can kill you. And if it's Scarf, of course, it's gonna be another 4-hit KO. And I haven't calc banded, but it might be like a 3-hit KO or maybe a 2-hit KO. I think it's most likely a 3-hit KO with lefties if I calc banded. So yeah, I think you should definitely run this set if you wanna, which is the whole point of this being here, is to check Hoopa. So you wanna have Dazzling Gleam, Thunder Wave, of course, the greatest move in this entire game. Magnet Rise is amazing. It's an amazing move. And then the last move, I was debating on this move where I should run Spikes, but I don't really have an issue with, like, the Sizzler can come in on it comfortably, and if it can't, that means Clef can come in on it, depending if it has HP Fire or not. But I mean, typically they don't. What's my ideal woman? Oh, damn, I didn't get their vote. Alright, let me stop. I'm getting distracted. Oops. Anyways, so yeah, what was I saying? Damn it. I got distracted. So yeah, that's why I was running Spikes. I'm running Spikes because there's certain teams that don't run hazard removal, and the only form of hazard they have sometimes is just rocks. So if I'm facing a team like that, it's amazing I'm just gonna get all my hazards as quick as possible and pressure his team, and alongside with like status and the hazards definitely makes it easier for you to win matches. So that's why I'm running Spikes instead of Flash Cannon. But you definitely can run Flash Cannon if you think Spike and Defog is dumb, which I definitely do. But like I said, Spikes sometimes does come in handy. Yeah, with this set here, this allows you still check Latios, and Latios is just as well. Just be careful with HP Fire, because HP Fire does 2-hit KO you on the switch. But like I said, they know you're a T-Wave it, so they probably won't stand on you, so do beware of that, the HP Fire. But you still come in on Latios comfortably. You still check Tornadus comfortably, because most of the time it's only special moves, or Hurricane or Focus Blast both have terrible accuracy. They only have terrible accuracy, but they never hit for some reason, and they're not gonna even want to stay on you. And then when you go on Hoopa, they're not gonna want to stay in either, because that forces it out. Because they don't want to get T-waved. Of course, if they do, Sizzle or Hippo can come in and just kill it. Of course, because the defense is pretty lackluster. So of course they're not gonna want to stay in on the Klefki. So you can make doubles of your own, predicting that, or you just get damage off, or you can get a spike up, or you can T-wave still and just cripple something. So that's why Klefki fits so well on this team. So yeah, that's why this thing is defensive, and it definitely takes hits pretty well. But if you want to run Spadef, just keep in mind you do get 2-hit KO'd. I think it's a roll whether you get 2-hit KO'd, but you do. And then the last mon, I wanted something that could deal with stall, and of course this is one of my favorite stall breakers, and that's been Tornadus lately. Tornadus Darien, man, my main man, my second main man. Sizzler's my main man right now. Of course we're gonna be running max speed 252, it's 78 attack. No, it's 76. 76 attack and then 180 in attack. And we're gonna run a hasty nature. And yeah, so of course you need the traditional hurricane. Can't see, can't hit. Move on us. We need hurricane for sure. I'm gonna be using knockoff. You could definitely use U-turn. But since I have clef key, I don't really. If you want to get momentum with these guys, kind of, you could also run U-turn if you want to form a volt turn core between these three guys here. That's something you could definitely do. Of course, like I said, every video I say, you can definitely adjust these sets however you want, like any way you want really. But I'm not gonna be running U-turn. I'm gonna run knockoff and superpower. I just think, especially, because I think it works better on. It depends, of course. U-turning does sometimes help, but I want mainly to cripple stall, so knocking off recovery, taunting it, and it's gonna be a last move, taunting it so it can't recover. And that's the whole purpose of Tornadoes, really. It's still a great offensive mon. It hits things pretty hard, especially with the life orb. And then Regenerator is an awesome ability to have on top of that. But yeah, it's there to help ease our trouble and pain with stall. I guess you can run Grass on here if you think what's his name, Quagsire is tough to beat. Unaware Clefable doesn't beat this thing anyway, so you don't have to worry about Clefable. But if Quagsire is something you find annoying, you could try to fit Grass Knot somewhere in here. Like I said before, you guys can do whatever you want with the sets, and that's pretty much gonna be a team. That is gonna be the team so far. I actually got some practice with it too, and it performed very well. The team performed very well. That's why I'm doing a team building video on it, and it kind of explained my thought process on the building. But some things, I actually faced a Gyarados, so Gyarados is very threatening to this team. But you do have Rotom-Wash if they don't have Earthquake. You slow volt switch into Mega Sizzler, of course, and Sizzler can take a hit at +1. If it's at +1, you definitely take a hit comfortably. You take about like 50, and you can just bug bite it and kill it off there. Or you can try to go to Clef Key and just T-wave it immediately if you don't think it has sub. So it really depends on you. So yeah, and what else? Another bond that gives it trouble, it would be Mega Sableye. So those things, Gyarados and Sableye, watch out for those. This team doesn't really deal with Sableye very well at all. Tornadoes does to a KO with Hurricane, but I don't think people would switch unless your opponent's crazy enough to switch their Sableye into this, and you're able to hit 2 Hurricanes consecutively. You're gonna have a hard time taking out Sableye, so that's something that's gonna be tough on a team. So what I suggest, if you want to deal with those 2 mons specifically, I'd say Unaware Clef would be very nice, as the boost from Gyarados means nothing, and you're gonna be fully defensive anyways. And then you can have heal bell, so you can heal up your mons if they happen to get status. And then Unaware Clef's a great mon against Sableye, so I think that's something you could definitely switch in there if you didn't want Clefable or Klefki in there, or you can switch out Lottie if you think Defog and Spikes is dumb. So you can definitely do that too. So those are just some suggestions here. So that's gonna be it for this video. This is gonna be the final result of the team. I'm gonna leave the team in the paste bin below when I upload this video. So if you guys do test this team out, let me know how it goes for you. Love to hear your feedback. Anyways, this is gonna be it for me. I've been talking for a long while now, so I'm gonna end this video now. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll catch you guys next time.